Hello everyone, my name's Golovachenko and I'm from the University of Queensland in Australia. I work as the User Support Manager for our National Cloud for Australian publicly funded researchers. What NeCTAR is it stands for the National E-Research Collaboration Tools and Research Project. It's a $47 million project with the sole purpose is to provide access for Australian researchers to the cloud. It's based in 8 regional sites as described in that photograph there, and it's a federation of cells providing a single cloud fabric to Australian researchers. We have 50,000 cores available to researchers. We've got 7,000 users. Actually, we've gone up to 8,000, almost 8,000 this week. We're getting about 50 users coming in online every week. We've got 65 support agents, and they're all distributed around the country. It's a collaborative effort across 8 institutions. So from the University of Melbourne, the University of Tasmania, Monash University. It's 8 universities, so it's in university locations around the country. We also, in the cloud, support software as a service, and these are virtual laboratories and research tools, and these are independently operated by themselves. They have their own user base, but they're based on the NeCTAR OpenStack Cloud. These communities are very diverse, from astrological research to humanities to genomics to biodiversity, clinical research. It's very diverse. The challenges we have is consistent user support. So when we built the cloud, we sort of built it in those separate cells. As each cell came on, they had supported their own groups, which we had a limited web page that wasn't being updated. Content was going back to 2012. That was a huge challenge. Our support at that time was only email-based. And also the OpenStack continuous development cycle was a challenge as well, is to communicate that and to sort of plan for outages and announce that sort of that to users. Our user base is also changing from sort of early adopters to more mainstream users. So that's another challenge for us that we're having. And also the cross-institutional aspect for both staff, support agents and also the users is a challenge as well. So we identified that we needed to improve user support. We were getting very bad sort of responses from the research community in terms of a bit disappointed with our support approach. So we launched a project in 2015 to improve the user support service. So we wanted to develop this and make it sustainable, that we could apply it to other groups as well. So the virtual labs and the research tool groups as well. And we wanted to develop a coordinated and tiered approach to support with a federated help desk that's staffed by all the nodes that we have. So in the end, what we're aiming for was better research outcomes and more uptake, and we got that through good user support. So what we did, we looked at getting a tool that supported email, chat, and phone, so we increased the support channels. We took on a multi-tiered approach, so going from tier 1 to tier 0 to tier 3. We established a distributed help desk that's manned by each of the nodes on a rotating shift basis. Also, part of this was to increase the expertise of the operators as well, is not to just have them doing the same task, but then they can rotate and do support as well. We upgraded our website to a Knowledgebase for tier 0 materials and self-help, and also we increased our support hours. The challenge that we had when you saw that first diagram is that we have a 3-hour time zone difference between the east state and the western side of Australia. So we increased those hours, and that's been quite positive. So we simplified the support site. This is the landing page that you come to. Quickly, you can click on and search the knowledge base for a quick response. We just didn't want to be sort of fixing problems. We wanted to offer other aspects to it as well, such as training, announcements, where to find the phone number if you want to find it quickly to call, and to click on logging a support request. So we also, in the knowledge base, it's still evolving. We've got categories for basic users to more sort of advanced users, say using heat and other sort of aspects as well. This is constantly evolving, and we're encouraging our research community to contribute to the documentation as well. So it's in GitHub, and they can edit, they can add to it. One thing that we haven't done and we're still looking to do is we want to pull from the OpenStack repo and pull it down and target articles that are specific to us and have our community also contributing back to the OpenStack repo. Here's part of the structure there. So knowledge base articles, we try to keep them consistent, and we're constantly reviewing them on their consistency and style and delivery. And we also introduced into the dashboard, this has been a really good response with the tool, we put in a widget there for support. So if your VM's stuck or something's not working, you can take a quick snapshot, send the support request there, or look up a knowledge base article. This has been positively received by all the researchers. We also, in sort of ensuring that consistency for support, we decided to establish some service targets and we measure them. So we looked at all support requests have the same severity, so it's a priority. We aim to sort of respond within 30 minutes to a human response to all users within 30 minutes. And we aim to either resolve or escalate to a tier 3 node or a core service support agent within 2 hours. We also have our distributed help desk staff monitoring those escalations as well, so they don't go exceed in their service targets as well for escalation. This is a bit of a diagram of the workflow there. So you get an auto receipt sent to the user. The agent, support agent, has a human response to the person within 30 minutes. Does the analysis in 2 hours. If he doesn't fix it or resolve it, then it's escalated. One of the things that we found a bit of a challenge is training. So what we focused on in the project last year to improve the user support experience is we looked at modules for training for introductory users. So we did this as a video-based type training, as well as a sort of a presentation type, sort of whiteboard type approach. So it's a multi sort of approach, has worked quite effectively. One of the things we wanted to do as well, we wanted to provide resources for other trainers as well. So we wanted to give, this is like for train the trainer, so people at other institutions can take these training materials and train their own small groups. So we found this is really good, and it's been a good uptake of people reusing our training materials and training their own people to use the national cloud. We also, with our support tool, we decided to open it up and reuse it for other groups. So this is the Biodiversity and Climate Change Virtual Laboratory. They've branded our support tool with their logos and their content, and they're reusing it. So we're sort of scaling it beyond just our NeCTAR Cloud to other groups as well. And that's it for me. Any questions? I guess we've got a few minutes or...
Actually, we'll stop the recording.
Mm-hmm.